puts an end to the Jason Dalton saga. The Uber driver turned mass murderer finally sent to prison, this time for the rest of his life.
Today, he heard from the people whose lives he's changed, survivors and the families of the victims.
It feels so fresh waking up in cold sweats that you, Jason Dalton, might come again and empty a full clip.
When you were shooting my son and the 9 bullets were riveting in and out of his body as he was dying on the ground, were you thinking of your son? Hugging and holding my dad's cold body is a nightmare that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Kissing my brother's cold, pale forehead will never leave my mind.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Susan Shaw.
And I'm Brian Sterling. Today, Dalton heard from 11 people, all of them fighting back tears. Family members of the 6 that he killed 3 years ago in Kalamazoo, plus survivor Tiana Carruthers. All of them getting a chance to speak directly to the killer.
Today, we heard from a woman who lost her father and brother. She revealed she was supposed to be with them the night that they were killed. 24-Hour News 8's Heather Walker begins our team coverage tonight with that emotional story. Heather.
She talks about the night of the shooting spree and life after losing half of her family.
I ended up falling asleep before we were supposed to go, and I didn't end up going with them. I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of my mom screaming outside my apartment.
She discovered that her brother and dad were shot and killed while looking at vehicles at a dealership on Stadium Drive in Kalamazoo.
Hugging and holding my dad's cold body is a nightmare that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Kissing my brother's cold, pale forehead will never leave my mind. And even though I needed to see them in order to force myself to realize they were truly gone, it still causes me pain.
Since their murders almost 3 years ago, life has moved forward. Emily got married.
The fairy tale I had dreamed about since I was a little girl was a heartbreaking day that we desperately tried to make happy. I walked down the aisle alone, holding a box with my brother and my dad's ashes in it. And a piece of my dad's shirt was sewn on my dress. And I placed a rose in a stand where my brother should have stood. I sat broken as the daddy-daughter dance played to the song that I planned to dance with my dad.
The loss has affected her and now is affecting her young daughter.
My heart breaks when I see my daughter point at the pictures of my brother and my dad. My brother and I had talked about how he would spoil my kids and how he would be the cool uncle that would give them sugar before returning them home.
It's the small, everyday moments that she misses the most, the ones most of us take for granted. Despite the pain, she's not giving up on living life.
I will not let evil take over my life, and I will not let you win. I will carry on living each and every day, spreading the love and joy that my brother and my dad brought to this world.
A very emotional day. I don't think there was a dry eye in that courtroom. Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Heather Walker, 24-Hour News 8.
Powerful statements, Heather. Thank you. We also heard today from family members of several other victims and shooting survivor Tiana Carruthers.
24-Hour News 8's Brady Gillum continuing our team coverage tonight with their emotional words in court. Brady.
Well, sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, and husbands and wives all shared their opinions with Jason Dalton.
I would ask the first person who wants to speak on behalf of the victim in count 1, Mary Lou Nye.
One by one, they spoke, all here to tell convicted killer Jason Dalton how he changed their lives.
I'm a man of faith, and I trust that the Almighty God will haunt you eternally, starting now, with the fact that you are nothing but a pile of worthless evil. Worthless.
When you were shooting my son and the 9 bullets were riveting in and out of his body as he was dying on the ground, were you thinking of your son? Were you angry at your wife and that's why you killed my husband?
Dalton sat silent during the entire hearing, refusing to look at anyone.
You tried to kill us all. You failed. I'm standing here, right here, in your face, in front of you. How does it make you feel? Look at me. How does it make you feel? Just look at me. Look at me, please.
Judge, I'm going to object.
And for a long time, I wanted to know why. Why her? Why those ladies? Why the others? Why? Just why? And the truth of the matter is, there is no explanation that you can ever give, even if it is the honest-to-God truth.
After Dalton declined to speak, the judge told Dalton the question of why would likely stay between Dalton and our Creator.
I would note that early in my tenure as judge, I was given what I characterize as sage wisdom, that our prisons are designed to be for those folks, not designed to be for those folks we are mad at. They're designed to be for those folks that we are afraid of. And you clearly fall into that category.
Now, Abby Koff was just 14 years old when she was shot. She was not in court today, but her mom did give us a statement which said simply, quote, "He got what he deserved. I hope he rots in prison." Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Brady Gillum, 24-Hour News 8.